For everything you need to know about preventing pregnancy and protecting yourself, go to itsyourlife.com. Welcome back to my channel, and if you've never been here before, that's way more enthusiasm than I've usually feigned for any of these videos. Also, this lip color looks very pink despite it being red. Who did this? Who let me do this? I don't know. One scratch is all it takes for me to become a blotchy balloon. Hi, how are you? I hope you're well. You look good. Hair looks good. Except for that guy over there, not so good. Anyway, today we are going back to talk about the very thing at the end of the last video I said I didn't want to talk about very soon, Miss Gabby Hanna. However, hear me out. This video combines two things I know a whole lot about. Gabby Hanna and her shenanigans, at least what's been made public. I don't know her personally, and I don't claim to know her better than anyone else, nor would I. And Teen Mom, like the only reality television show I've ever actually watched continuously for many, too many seasons. I couldn't resist because it contains two of my favorite, I want to say favorite things, but I really just mean like, you know, like favorite in terms of like, oh my god, the house is on fire. There's nobody in it, so nobody's getting burned to death, but like, let's watch while we wait for the fire department to come kind of favorite. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to it. I didn't script anything in this video. I didn't write out any jokes. I didn't do anything. So this might be stupid, but that's okay. They're not all winners. Before we get into the content of today's video, I am oh so excited to tell you that today's video is sponsored by Adam and Eve. Yes, I'm working with Adam and Eve again, and I'm so happy because they are so wonderful and I really enjoy working with them. Adam and Eve, if you were not aware, is like the #1 place to go for the things that make you feel real good. I have shopped there myself, and I have yet to be in any way disappointed, if you know what I mean. I think you know what I mean. They have literally everything you would need in that department. Everything from vibrators, lingerie, lube, you name it. They got it all. Adam and Eve also has 24/7 customer service because you never know when you're gonna need customer service. They also have 90-day no-hassle return. Adam and Eve's been in business for over 50 years, and 20% of their profits go to fight HIV and AIDS. Not only are you doing something good for yourself, you're doing something good for your fellow man, woman, non-binary person. You're doing good for humanity. You can't beat that. If you use my code SAYJACK at checkout, you get 50% off one item and free shipping to the US and Canada. Some exclusions apply because that's how exclusions work. Quite frankly, you'd be foolish not to. Thank you so much, Adam and Eve, for sponsoring this video, and now let's get to the tea. So, about a month or so ago, maybe longer, maybe shorter, I don't know, I have no concept of time, Gabby Hanna posted oh my god, I just got my period today and that was the worst choice I've ever made. Gabby Hanna posted on her Instagram that she was with Farrah Abraham. While it was a really weird combination of people, it also felt right. These people are so kind of similar that it makes sense. Do I have a booger? There was endless kind of speculation on what exactly that they were getting together for, like if they were gonna do some sort of sponsored product together, if they were going to make a sex tape. I don't fucking know. Nobody fucking knew until about 3 days ago when Farrah Abraham uploaded, I'm gonna read it the way she wrote it, mental space, space. This is all in caps. Monthly mental health podcast by Farrah Abraham and Gabby Hanna. Now the question is this going to be a podcast with Farrah Abraham and Gabby Hanna? Is it just going to be an episode with Farrah Abraham and it's multiple episodes with Gabby Hanna? Or was this the only one with Gabby Hanna and it's Farrah's podcast? I don't fucking know what's going on. You would think the title would give you more answers than questions, but it's Farrah Abraham with the intellectual abilities of a refrigerator. Before we get into the actual podcast, I'm going to give you a little bit of history in case you're not completely familiar with Farrah besides her ability to take a fist up her butt. Her origins in terms of being a public figure came from when she was on 16 and pregnant, and then moved into the first iteration of Teen Mom. She and her first face were always very feisty and angry with her mom. I remember in the early seasons of Teen Mom always sort of feeling bad for Farrah and like wanting to really wanting to like understand her better, because she could be an asshole, but only in the way that like a teenager was an asshole. Like, it took her a while before she was like the Farrah you know that is known now. Farrah's story was kind of unique because she lost her daughter's father, Derek, in a car accident before, I believe it was before her daughter was born. She was dealing with loss, and she was dealing with you know, being a new mom. Now, there's a lot of lore behind the situation with her then ex-boyfriend and her parents. According to Farrah, I went through some of her videos on her channel, and according to Farrah, there was a lawsuit going on between her parents and her ex's mother. I don't know. There's a whole, it's a big messy mess of things. But just know that her boyfriend, ex-boyfriend at the time, the father of her daughter, had passed away. And her mother always sort of like rejected her grief. Like, I got, from what I gather, her mom, Deborah, who has a wild ass YouTube channel, I've reacted to her music before, and I would love to do it again. So like, if you guys are interested in some Deb's OG reaction videos.
You see my face on camera. You see me on your TV. You think you know whatever.
I am super down. But her mother always sort of like rejected the fact that Farrah was grieving, and she was sort of really cold and rude to her. And I know that Farrah is also very rude. She was grieving the loss of someone she cared about, and she also had a baby. So in that respect, I will give it to Farrah. Like, that is difficult. I also feel like there's a lot of other like unresolved trauma in that family. They are all like, on the outside, I don't know what they're like on the inside obviously, but like on the outside they all seem like really deeply fucked up people. So during her tenure on Teen Mom, Farrah also ended up releasing a essentially a porn video. The attempt was to have it passed off as being a leaked sex tape rather than an actual porno, essentially, which couldn't be true. And as time went on and Farrah started to really instigate more difficulty, trouble, she was rude to everybody, cast, crew, her family, everybody started to sort of get fed up with her. Now, Farrah's story is that she was unjustly fired from Teen Mom, that it was a prejudice against her doing sex work. The reality is that she was fired on air, and that there's sort of a dichotomy there. Like, I'm not gonna shame sex workers. You do what everybody does what they have to do or what they want to do, whatever. But to be on a show like Teen Mom, who, look, I know their like mission statement is like preventing pregnancy and safe sex and prevention of STDs and STIs or whatever, but like the reality is different. It does seem fishy that, for a lot of people, the last straw for, people were uncomfortable with Farrah doing sex work, but you have a series of cast members who were doing hard drugs. Janelle Evans went by season after season, and she spent an entire season doing heroin, and it's on camera, it's there. Ryan Edwards, Macy's ex, is nodding off in the car on, I believe, also heroin. So there are, not that we need to stigmatize people, but you do need to kind of hold everybody to the same standard. Now, Farrah, I feel like they were just kind of looking for a reason, because she had become so difficult. She wouldn't even let the crew use her bathroom inside her house. Instead, she fucking landscaped her home in porta potties, which, like, I would rather let a crew use my bathroom than have porta potties outside my house all day, but to each their own, I guess. She had been disrespectful multiple times to cast members, to the crew, to the producers.
If right now by having us go, you're in breach of contract. That's
No,
about
I'm
all of
not.
it. Sure you are.
No, I'm not. I did everything on my end, sweetheart. So you can just take your little ass and get on a phone call and do your job.
No,
all right?
I've done my job, which
No,
is
you
why we're
haven't.
here.
It's so
This show
laughable
encompasses
right now.
that.
Larry, I'm laughing. I would love to not laugh in your face. Why are you so white trash?
And I think they were really just looking for a reason to get rid of her at that point. So that's a little bit about Farrah. There's a bunch more about Farrah, but that's just kind of like the Reader's Digest version. And we all know about Gabby, Hanna, and how she is. So these two personalities, the two kind of people who can really never be wrong or own up to their own misdeeds or their own fallibility, they've come together to create a podcast that lasts only 5 minutes and 53 seconds. So we're gonna watch it together now that I've been talking for like 20 minutes. And we're gonna get to it. We're gonna see. Let's just watch.
What are you talking about?
What is this intro? Like, what's with the white block? Is that supposed to be, what does it say? Mental. It just says mental. Does it say anything else? Doormat?
I'm wearing highlighter because I'm
Oh
not.
my god, I know. It's not. Oh my god, it's happy hour.
Why does, okay, look, I want to preface everything I'm about to say probably with this. I have no problem if you feel like plastic surgery is for you. You do whatever you gotta do. You lift that face, you fill those lips, you add cheeks, you move your butt around, do whatever you gotta do, okay? I'm not judging you, okay? What I am judging is people who have taken it way too far. And I understand that I'm not people, and not even people. I'm just judging Farrah Abraham. Because at some point it should be illegal. Okay, and it shouldn't, not, I'm just speaking hyperbolically. It should be illegal, hyperbolically, to make your face look like that. Guys, listen, please hear me. Please hear me when I say, like, the plastic fuck doll look is going to go out of style. Like, have real teeth. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay to not look like you're already embalmed, okay? Farrah looks like a haunted doll. She looks like Annabelle. Like, literally, if I saw her in my house, I would swear there was a demon inside, and not just because of how she looks. But, like, please, if, like, do whatever you gotta do, just try not to take it too far. I don't think she can even move. And the hair and the vest, like, what does this look? It is kind of weird, though, that no matter how much plastic surgery Farrah gets, she just only looks more like her mom.
You think you know whatever.
Okay, so we are so thrilled to bring to you mental health, self-care talk. I don't know if it's going to be like true crime in it,
What are we, true crime?
if it's going to be entertainment in it, if it's going to just be health in it. But whatever it is,
It's gonna be shot directly into the sun. Hi, I'm Farrah Abraham. I have $1 bajillion and I can't afford a lighting kit.
we cannot wait to share this with you.
What are you sharing? You just said you have no idea what you're gonna talk about and you're so excited to share it. Okay.
All I do is think about myself and introspect
Story checks out.
because I don't know. But I have a lot of mental problems.
I don't know what's happening with this look. I feel like it's like two different looks mixed together. And I also feel like I'm in the minority. Like, I kind of like her hair like this. I like Gabby's hair. I like the two-toned look now that the roots have grown out a lot. I think it's kind of fun. I do also think that she could probably just dye the rest of it and it would be fine. I like the eye look and I like the flannel. I just wish that they were both with different accompanying eye looks and flannels or shirts.
That I'm actually really proud of, and I feel a lot of pressure on myself. No, but honestly, like, so mental health issues, if you know how to harness them, are a superpower.
I don't know why, but that just feels ableist. I mean, I don't think we should continue to stigmatize mental illness. I don't think we should continue to talk poorly about mental illness, but I think we also need to be realistic that not every mental illness is a superpower. Like, some of them are debilitating.
Especially if you're treating them properly, understanding them, and exploring them.
Exploring them, okay. it's not like dabbling in witchcraft. It's like managing your temperament and sanity and comfortability and levels of anxiety. I mean, it's not the craft.
Because every single day I'm learning new stuff about myself that I didn't even know. Like, apparently I have like severe debilitating OCD.
Questionable. Look, I've touched on this already. I'm not going to touch on it again. I don't want to. Don't make me do it. I'm not going to do it. Debilitating OCD. Ma'am. It's bad and oh my god. I really don't want to sit here and be like, Gabby Hanna doesn't have OCD. I really don't want to do that. I also really want to figure out what's going on with this hair in particular. I don't want to sit here and go, oh, Gabby Hanna doesn't have OCD, because she very well could, but like, I wouldn't. Debilitating OCD, it's hard to make that invisible, baby. That's all I'm saying.
And like, if I had known that, then my life would have been a lot simpler.
No, it wouldn't have. Knowing that you have debilitating OCD doesn't make your life simpler. It makes certain things more manageable. It maybe helps you figure out which way to go in terms of medication or talk therapy or something like that. But I don't think it would make your life simpler. Am I nitpicking? Maybe I'm nitpicking. I don't know.
So hopefully us talking about it, me and Farrah, what up, Farrah? She's in the corner.
Okay, I don't know who captioned this, but great job.
Yeah, we're a wild time. I feel like we're somehow spiritually connected.
Yeah, spiritually connected. Story checks out.
We're provocative.
we are provoked with whatever happens.
I like that, like, whatever this edit is of like the close eye, like lens close, it'll just like edited out like a whole chunk of sentence. So like she's just starting in the middle of the sentence.
I'm so excited for myself personally and for everybody else to get to know the real Farrah, because I feel like I've seen it through the TV, and I just feel like she's one of the most like misunderstood people of all time.
Okay.
Do you feel that way?
Maybe it's because of my disabilities and my protection towards my.
Okay, listen, here's the thing. I know enough about Farrah Abraham to know how her speech pattern works, and the way she just said that, maybe it's because of my disabilities, is her being facetious, in my opinion. Just from gathering the way that I've heard her speak in the past. And the one thing I do remember about the one time that I watched this was how many times Farrah referred to an undisclosed mental illness as my disabilities. Again, I'm not trying to be ableist, but like, what? I feel like she's miscategorizing what she's even trying to do. I don't know.
Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, why don't you just come over here? Whatever.
I'm so glad they captioned "give a cum whatever," okay? Because I really wouldn't have gotten that.
Literally, like you're flying through the space into heaven.
Gucci coming out right now.
Good. Holy shit.
Does she though? I really like that we just kind of drop the captions for like just a chunk of this.
Okay.
What kind of Middle Eastern are you?
Okay, so I am Syrian Middle Eastern, but I have lots of German, Danish, Italian influence, and I'm about ready to yell at someone who's walking over here with their stupid phone. Okay.
Like Janice from the Muppets, if they were having like a severe allergy attack. What's with the bang? Maybe it's the bangs. I think the bangs are throwing me off.
Okay. Anyways, gonna like calm that down. Okay, speaking of Gabby being like talking about me, but I wanted to bring Gabby and I together.
Nice captioning. They're BFFs now. Can't even spell her name.
Because I just felt, wow, you know, I love when people talk about mental health and like what they're going through and the effects of like our society on us, and I think Gabby's done such a great job of that.
Gabby's done is such a great job of that. You're absolutely right.
Through all of the social media platforms. Sorry, this guy keeps walking over here 1 second.
All of the social media platforms. All of them. Okay.
And that's on ADHD right there. I love that.
Hi, I'm just recording so I'm gonna shut this and you have fun walking back and forth. Okay.
Okay, I have to admit, I'm of two minds about this, because like for me, it'd be a tall, cold day in hell before I was ever like, I'm filming something in front of a window. I'm gonna go outside and tell the guy who's on public property to stop walking in front of the window. Like I wouldn't do that, because I just wouldn't. I feel like most people wouldn't. Unless there was like time or money at stake or something like that. So like I admire that moxie. I admire that headstrongness that Farrah has. But at the same time, like, you're being a dick. Like, he's outside walking around on his phone. You are not his priority.
Oh, I just can't with, you know, my disabilities.
That's what I'm talking about, right there. That's exactly as she's saying it in jest, and she's making a mockery of it, which, okay, fine, you can make a mockery of your own mental illness, that's fine, but, like, she hasn't told us anything about her own mental health, and she's referring to it as my disabilities, which leads me to believe that it's something she's not taking seriously. And I don't know. That's fine, I guess, but not if you're about to start a mental health podcast. Unless it's true crime, in which case. My neighbor's bringing in his garbage can. I'm gonna go out there and tell him to stop.
You know, some people would say that that is me being so, like, Farrah's so difficult. And, you know, like, I was fired for being difficult.
Well,
I know I don't like you, and I know I don't even want to look at you, but I really am not trying to get in your way of it. You and your excuses. Please tell me how I can get in your way here so I can help. I really don't know.
Do you feel like you respect the people that are around you trying to make the show and spend
You know, I
all this
respect a
time?
lot of people who respect me.
You do have very little empathy or compassion for other people. But out of 9 moms, you're the only one that's the problem.
I'm not difficult.
okay.
And
From MTV.
publicly, yeah, it was awful. And I, at that time in my life, because I was so busy trying to figure out what the world was, that I didn't even understand what my disability was. And I was like, I'm not difficult. I'm trying to figure out my life, and I'm in my 20s.
Look, here's the thing. A lot of us have had mental illness and been in our 20s. It doesn't mean we were fucking assholes to everybody. It's not an excuse for having been an asshole.
And like, I am a teen mom. Like, there's so much that is so busy about our world that we don't really get to take the time to talk about us and think about us and learn us.
Wait a minute. When Sophia, her daughter, was about 3 or 4, Farrah literally left Sophia with her parents to go to Florida so that they could have their, I forget how she phrased it, like, they could have time apart.
And I always say, like, my biggest thing in my life, and I know all of us would agree with this, is investing in ourselves. If you can invest in yourself, learn more about yourself, you can unlock your superpowers, your richness, your successness.
Your successness. From your mouth to Harvard's ears, Farrah.
Your whatever that you're trying to get, whether that's a relationship, better friends, a better house, just better shoes. I think it is unreal what that really means to me. And
I think that is unreal what it means. What are these words and what are the captions? I can't decide which one makes less sense.
I've had these last 3 years after I've been just kind of traumatized. I have present time trauma very bad.
I present time trauma really bad. Is she even trying?
From being wrongfully fired publicly, and it's something that my therapist and everyone has been working so hard on me over these last years. So I am super proud of Gabby.
What? I was fired publicly and something about trauma, so I am super proud of Gabby. What? I've rarely seen Farrah express human emotion, okay? When she was younger, maybe. I was on her side when her mom married the weird dude with the beard and she didn't like him. I was on her side there. I have a really, really difficult time, and this may be an insensitive thing to say, I have a really difficult time believing that she has any trauma around being fired.
Why are you so white trash?
If she had been at any other job in the world, like regular job, she would have been fired long before that. So I don't know, man. Don't be awful to people. Maybe you keep your job. Maybe that's the self-reflection we could aspire towards.
And I hope that we can just bring in not only Middle Eastern and color and culture, but we can also empower like our American white friends and my American Russian friends and my American black
I'm
friends.
definitely like white as well. Like
Yes.
I'm white as fuck. We are vaguely Middle Eastern.
Vaguely.
What you said about being difficult, I think that's really interesting. I've definitely been difficult myself, but I think the reason why this is so important to me.
Literally, it's giving Janice from the Muppets, like big time. I know I made that comparison with Tana Mojo, but I think Farrah's crossed over. I think she's the new Janice. Good for you, girl. Good for you.
Is because when I've always known I have ADHD, but
I always don't have ADHD. That's what she said.
I didn't understand exactly what it was. There's so little information actually about it, and as somebody who's always known that I've had this, I had no idea how much it was actually affecting my life.
I have books to share for that. I have books to share.
Really? What are they? Share me your books.
Yeah, I just got some, but I have really bad ADHD, so I haven't read them.
Yes.
But there's so much misunderstanding, and it's so trivialized and also kind of glamorized. We'd be like, oh my god, my ADHD. No, it's like a severe disability that affects.
I'm trying to make it look
your
glamorous.
personality.
Okay, yeah, I sure. Yeah, there's a lot not known about a lot of mental illnesses, for sure, which is how they end up stigmatized. As well as further, not only using them as a crutch, but infantilizing them in a way by using them as a crutch. Which Gabby spent like an entire summer doing, you know, which, you know, good on her for not continuing to, I guess, in some aspects, but like glamorizing ADHD and using it passively the same way people do with OCD can be very damaging. But again, so can using it as a crutch and as an excuse for your behavior, which is clearly the path Farrah's going to take with this. I hope I'm wrong. I probably am not. And the path that we've seen Gabby take with it. So, I mean, I'm hopeful, but I'm skeptical, okay?
Understand
Honestly,
it.
that's the tea, because I've been like pretty inactive like lately on social media, and I've recently come back to social media just promoting my music and like really just like being myself and like being comfortable.
As you should.
You know it, there's people just like faking DMs and digging through my like life trying to find. It's because we're awesome.
Sorry. I don't agree with people like making up conversations about and with Gabby or any of that. I don't agree with the behaviors, but I just loved that. Like, it's because we are awesome. Like, that's like the thing that like girls when they're young and they're like fighting with the other bitchy girls, it's the thing that like they tell themselves.
You know what? They're just jealous. We're awesome.
Girl.
Yes.
Like truly.
Truly embrace yourselves, truly love yourself, and I hope, you know, when your family, your friends, your hairdresser doesn't want to talk about mental health and all these serious things.
I mean, it's not really their job. It's the job of a therapist. I mean, maybe your friends and family, but like your hairdresser, they don't get paid enough for that. And you better be tipping like 30% if you're gonna unload your childhood trauma on them.
We are here to talk about it with you.
I feel like we're gonna talk about a lot of stuff.
Yes. Like mental health. And talking about emotions and all this stuff is creeping up in every little part of our world.
Wait, who punched a girl?
I don't know. We're gonna have to get into that in the episode as we're dealing with our own legal problems.
What the fuck just happened?
Okay, we love you guys. The best of health to you. Health and happiness.
Gabby.
Farrah. Okay, we love you long time. Okay.
That's racist. I have no idea what the fuck that was, but it leaves me hopeful that we're gonna get a bunch of Farrah and Gabby content because I gotta be honest, I'm into it. That's the kind of drama that I live for, which is just the kind that is misguided and confusing. All in all, I am leaving this video confused. And looking forward to the next one. It's interesting when two very problematic people come together to convince each other that they're not problematic. And I feel like that's exactly what's gonna happen. My predictions, that's one of them. I would also predict that in a couple months' time, they will have forgotten to continue to do this, or they'll have some sort of big falling out where normally like Farrah would be like, you know, blasting the other person on social media, but like Gabby would also do the same. So if they actually like get into it, it would be really interesting to see where that goes. Either way, it's going to be a really confusing and potentially infuriating time, and I look forward to covering all of it because that's what I do. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please feel free to give it a like. If you didn't like this video, just don't send me a cease and desist. Again, thank you so much for watching, and thank you again to Adam and Eve for sponsoring this video. I love you all. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye.
You think you know whatever. On your TV, you think you know whatever. More than a mom, thebomb.com. Hey DJ, play this song. Okay, let's get it started. We rockin' on and on. If you don't like it, sorry. No stopping me from winning. We're about to have a party. We're about to have a party.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.